Starting to be worried about your Bills?
Strap in. Brew, are you tall enough to ride this ride?
A little bit.
Oh! The first crack of the armor.
But I'm sticking with him. But here, and I said this earlier in the season.
Oh.
But I feel even stronger about it now.
Let me hear.
He is really looking like this generation's Brett Favre. He's going to do some spectacular things, some wonderful things, but then he's going to make some bad mistakes.
Rich man's Jeff George.
No. Stop it. He's still a great one, and I'll take him. But the mistakes, you just have to hope, because he's going to do a lot of great things in just about every game. But you just have to hope that the mistakes don't kill you. All right, but here's the thing. I've never said he's better than Patrick Mahomes. You know that.
No, you just picked him to win MVP.
Right.
To win the Super Bowl.
I'm picking him to win.
Yeah. It was not better.
I picked him to win. Von Miller was part of it, but I picked him to win because I think the Bills are better than the Chiefs. And the defense, at times it looked bad, but look, Josh put them in some horrible positions. All right, they gave up 17 points off his turnovers.
You don't say.
All right, so I think their defense will rise to the occasion. Cincinnati didn't look great either. We'll get to that later. So I still believe the Bills can win the Super Bowl. Brett Favre won a Super Bowl.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So this generation's Brett Favre.
Brett Favre went to 2
Josh,
Super Bowls.
I believe in you.
Can I,
But
before I give you my analysis,
a little bit.
Can I please get a Nick, you were right? Not a hater, not afraid of the Bills, not worried. I had a lot of arrows slung at me that, Nick is insecure about Mahomes' place atop the quarterback mountaintop. That's why he won't acknowledge what everyone else does, which is it's Mahomes, Allen, Mahomes, tomato. No, it's not. And Wilds, you laugh at me for always referencing this.
He's treating you like Bill.
But at your core, not you, anyone's core, who you really are always wants to come out. And we knew who Josh Allen was when in his first career playoff game, down 3 at midfield, he did this. We can show it to you. Just running. I'm in 5 states. Oh, my goodness gracious. Just threw it behind his head. Just for no reason whatsoever, he was like, this is a good idea. And I told you.
You're going to hold him to that.
Well,
that's who he is. He will never do that again.
Okay, maybe the fumbles aren't as artistic now, but they're even more frequent. Can we show you the league leaders this is picks plus fumbles for the season. So it's Josh Allen, a fossilizing Matt Ryan, and a second-year guy in Justin Fields who's running for his life and has no receivers. This is who he is. The talent is unbelievable. The throw he made from one hash to the other to Diggs. The problem is he gets intoxicated by his own talent at times. In yesterday's game, he threw more deep passes than any quarterback has thrown in any game all season, regular season or playoffs.
But they were nice.
No,
some of the dropped ones.
Oh yeah, and then the one that was picked, and the ones that ended drives earlier when you were playing
the deep passes.
Okay. But
Mahomes used to do it when he had Tyreek Hill, too. Come on.
And did not lead the league in turnovers. Guys, you're playing Skylar Thompson, who's, by the way, actually played a little better than his stat line suggested, but no one could catch the ball. You're up 17-0. The only way that's a game is if you start turning it over. So Josh started turning it over. That would have been far worse than the Chargers' loss. Losing to that team in that situation in your building when you are the overwhelming preseason for the majority of the season Super Bowl favorites, and doing it because your quarterback can't help himself. He can't stop turning it over. And so But
here, look, what was he before this? And I won't be able to use this stat anymore, but 14-1 touchdown interception ratio in the playoffs. So it's not like he can't. He's going to do it here and there. But like I said, you got to hope if you're rooting for the Bills that he can cut it down.
I thought you might use that stat. So can we just talk about real quick Josh Allen's career playoffs? Because they are also a roller coaster. So he had 2 marvelous games last year. Now he lost one of them, but that's not his fault. But again, It's 3 really good games. And by the way, one of them, that Colts game, if you remember, he fumbled the ball at midfield with a 1-score lead and they just happened to recover it. 3 really bad games, and then whatever you want to call yesterday. And so because of those 9 touchdowns, 0 picks, and a 148 rating or whatever it was in the playoffs last year, it made his career playoff numbers look like he's always great. He is not.
No, last year he was
It was
great.
last year he was great, and it buttressed everything. He's fumbling. He's turning the ball over. And it's one thing if it's like, okay, we're down 18, we got to take chances. You were up 17 against a team that was drawing dead, and they had a second-half lead because you fumbled the ball, and it was returned for a touchdown.
Still scary.
Yeah,
Absolutely
He's still
scary.
scary.
I'm still 10 toes down on the Bills.
Yeah, like lit dynamite. It's scary for
It's
who's holding it
concerning,
or
but
no,
who
it's
threw
scary.
throws it.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
The warmth of the upset alert siren burned hot and fast for a half in San Francisco. And then Brock Purdy's star burned even brighter. 4 total touchdowns. Brew, I think you are a consigliere. Is that how you say it?
Concierge.
Concierge
Yeah.
in the Iowa Mafia alongside Brock Purdy.
Absolutely.
How deep is your belief running now?
Well, look, I'm going to give Brock Purdy his flowers because he definitely deserves them. But first, I'm going to say something that I think George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey would appreciate. I'm going to give a little brief applause to Jimmy G.
Oh,
for
stop
mentoring
it.
this young man so well.
Bro.
Now, hold on. I didn't start that. It was Christian McCaffrey who just unsolicited said Jimmy G was.
Because he's
has great-
nice. I say you help my
say
takes
nice.
all the time. It's lies. And it's just being a
Look,
good teammate.
He did a great. Jimmy G helped mentor this young man,
Oh,
and Brock
stop
Purdy
it.
is doing his thing. But yeah, I do believe in Brock Purdy now.
Okay.
I do believe he has a chance. I mean, this guy. I said it on the Bud list. Another shout out to the Bud list, right? Motivation.
Bud
That's
list,
what it's all
wherever you
about.
are.
But I said it. He's passed every test. Passed
Yeah.
every test. And this was another test. And he didn't play that well. He wasn't Trevor Lawrence bad in the first half, but he wasn't great. He was a little jittery in the first half. Second half, he's phenomenal.
So-
they do indeed have a chance. He would become the first rookie quarterback ever
That's amazing.
to
Here's the
win
deal.
the Super Bowl.
Listen, that was the best quarterbacked game in the playoffs they've had since Colin Kaepernick was there, by any metric. Brock Purdy created as much value in his one career playoff start as Jimmy G has in his entire playoff career. That's not an exaggeration. We can show you the numbers. Brock Purdy already has as many postseason touchdowns as Jimmy G. He more than doubled the guy's yards per game average. He almost doubled the passer rating, and he had 0 interceptions compared to Jimmy G, who averages 1 per game. So here's and by the way, every time Brock Purdy does this, Wilds, to misquote the great Marlo Stanfield, the cost of the brick is going down. The Jimmy G price gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Why does this have to reflect poorly on Jimmy G?
Because it makes it crystal clear that there was no secret winning sauce Jimmy G had in San Francisco. That literally you could put in the last pick of the draft and the team would get better.
Hold on, they put in Nick Mullins. How'd that
bro,
go?
again,
They
I'm
put
not,
in
I'm
C.J.
not, I'm not,
Beathard, Brian Hoyer. I'm just saying.
Jimmy G will get more money than Nick Mullins.
This
C.J.
kid
Beathard, and
should have
Brian
been
Hoyer.
drafted much higher.
So
This
listen,
kid
you
might
think
be
he's
special.
special
So
or not?
here's the deal. You've got it to me. Folks got to make a choice. This kid's Kurt Warner, because that's what he's playing like, or Jimmy G was holding the team back.
No.
Wait, no.
They were 9-29 without him. How's that holding the team
Because
back?
for the first year of that, they didn't have Nick Bosa. One of the years Jimmy G was out, Kittle was also out, and Bosa was out, and they had objectively terrible quarterbacks.
Well, what about 1-10 when he got there and he wins 5 straight
Correct.
games?
I understand.
And John Lynch and Shanahan believed in him so much they made him the highest paid football player ever.
Absolutely right. And then they got to know him, and they
boy
traded 3
genius
first-round
Shanahan.
picks for his replacement, and then tried to trade him. And now we all agree if he comes back healthy, they're going to roll with the 7th-round rookie. We all agree with that, right?
You keep referring to him as a 7th-round rookie. He's beyond that.
Okay, but he's not. He's literally
Nobody
not.
would
7th-round rookie.
Okay, so we'll refer to Tom Brady as a 6th-round.
No, because he's still a rookie. I mean, Tom Brady's been in the league 22 years.
7th
This is his
round?
rookie year, and he was drafted in the 7th round. So again, maybe Brock Purdy is a superstar. Or maybe, as some folks have said, this is a paint-by-numbers offense that was obtaining that was attaining its bare minimum with Jimmy G
Trey
in there.
Lance didn't look this good either.
That's a low-key Brock Purdy diss.
Trey Lance didn't look this good.
Trey Lance played one game, and it was in a monsoon.
No, last year.
Last year he played 1.5 games. But again,
show any of
that's
this.
okay. So maybe Jimmy G's better than Trey Lance. I don't know. I know he's not better than Brock Purdy. I know he's not better than Brock Purdy. And again, maybe Brock Purdy will turn out to be one of the greatest 7th-round picks ever. Or maybe it's been the Shanahan system all along, and Jimmy G was hurting them.
You know what? I might become a Brock Purdy guy. Officially.
But
I might take it from
Spend any
you.
time in Iowa?
I'm going to go there this weekend.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.